Pandas. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys can join us today. Woo! It's good to be back. It's good to be back. How I missed you guys so much. While I was not able to stream the last couple days, I was active in the Discord, and we were going back and forth on the Discord, having a great time. But pandas, how good is it to be back with this YouTube community? Oh boy, how I missed you guys. Pandas, it's just been busy. I've had a lot of things I had to catch up on, and as the end of the year is approaching, all these holidays, everyone's taking off, and so I have been slammed, and so had to take some time to focus on my my job, my full time, the thing that gets, that brings home the bacon, right? I had to go back to the responsibilities that pays the bills, until one day, unless I become a full-time trader, my full-time job is what keeps this engine going. And so pandas, hey, but it's all good, pandas. We buckled down, we worked hard, we got through it, and now we're back. Pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm Bye Money. And boy, oh boy, how good is it to be back? How good is it to be back, my pandas? Pandas, if you're just jumping on the stream, make sure you scalp that like button. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it's going to be. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning. Let me say good morning to a couple of my pandas here. Marcelino, good morning. Aaron Korn, good morning, my fellow panda. Panda, I tried other channels while you were gone. They suck. Thanks for coming back. Well, I mean, appreciate it. I appreciate you just being honest, completely honest. And you know what? To be honest, the truth is, I have the best community on YouTube, and I cannot. That is without a doubt. I can say that. Wayne Bicknell, good morning from North Georgia mountains. Let's go, baby. Welcome to the stream. Lee 8818888. I gotta figure out a way to say your name better. Lee 881888. Let's go with that. Good morning. Bernadette. Good morning from New Jersey. Jonathan Hotspot, you are back. You are back. Jonathan Hotspot with the softest yell ever on chat. Let's go, baby. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Bao says, account 5. No. You are mistaken. Bao, this is the second attempt. I've already recorded what happened the first time, and we're back at it. But this is the 5th episode, or 5th, I guess, day. I didn't get to really trade much yesterday. Yesterday was Veterans Day in the States. And had some time spent with my Mrs. Panda, and had a nice little day off for myself. So yesterday I didn't get to really trade, but this is day 5. Let's go, baby. Hey, those who are just joining the stream, if you guys want to see my progress so far, look at the top left of your screen. You can see the screen capture of my Rhythmic. It's a third-party software verifying my account, and so for anyone who is doubting, am I really making the amount of money I'm posting on my titles? That's it, baby. There's nothing else I can really do. If you guys don't believe that. So this is the Rhythmic, top left of your screen. That's my progress so far on this challenge. Trying to get that evaluation done to get that 150K funded account in Apex. By the way, the pin message right now, expires 11/15. That coupon code. Pandas, make sure you guys sign up as fast as you can if you are interested. Free paper cuts. Let me go down. Phil W, good morning. Good morning. Good to have you back. Let's get after those bamboos. We're getting our bamboo today, pandas. Aaron Korn. Oh my gosh, it's Panda. Hey, it's good to be back too. Mbonic, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Free paper cuts, good morning. SW Blaze, good morning from Chicago. Free paper cuts, let's get that whiskey. This guy always wants me to drink whiskey for no reason. Hey, we gotta wait for Thursdays, man. Thirsty Thursdays. You guys have your chance. Oh, I said I mean money. Christian Ortiz, good morning from Arizona. Fernando. Yeah, your channel's the best. Do appreciate it. David Marcelino. We have another Marcelino. Oh, you're Marcelino David Marcelino last name. We have a Marcelino Dio as a first name. What are the chances? Kelly Ann. Morning all, welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Hey, as we expect here, you know, with this break of trend here, we're expecting that new high. And once we made this little like U right here, basically type of cup and handle, I was expecting this to break out and try to attempt to make a new high at least. And I think you know, something interesting happens here. Let me go over a little bit of yesterday's chart, see what's going on here. I mean, yesterday's chart, yesterday was Veterans Day, and kind of what you kind of expect because of Veterans Day is perhaps a trading range type day because of the volume. And you know, a lot of people are on vacation. And when you start to see price action looking like this, all these overlapping bars, big red bar, no follow through, just kind of trading within that range, right? The trading range indicator automatically tracked this as a trading range because of the price action. And you can see here, and you know, you're kind of thinking possible trading range, but when you come down here, come up, when you come back down here, right, when you have 3 tests of this trading range, this is when you're wondering, this is when you can start to maybe trade confidently in this trading range. And so I marked some circles here. These are some decent trades to take here if you are planning to trade this trading range. So you got the bounce, the second entry, right? This is an ABC pattern. ABC, right? Off the bottom of the trading range, perfectly bouncing off the bottom of the trading range, right? Comes all the way back to the top of the trading range. Nice little swing trade there, if you can get it. That's about 2.5 points of swing. And then you have a higher low setup as well. And that's coming right off the 20 MA. So coming back to the top of the trading range. This one's actually a little more tricky because you actually hit the top of the trading range, thinking you come back to the bottom. I'm actually going to get rid of this guy. Right? Because you're thinking coming back to the bottom. We haven't hit the bottom yet, so when you come back up, you're thinking maybe one more push down to the bottom, but ends up breaking up. And actually, this is not even a bad trade to take. The reason why I say that is because it's about 1.5 points of risk. And what you're thinking is if this is a trading range day today, your 1.5 points of risk can turn into a 4 or 5 point trade. And so I think that risk might be worth it. I would have traded half size right here. Half size, pushed up, and if it pushed up again, I would maybe scale in, try to come out break even. Because the trading ranges typically they're very strong, you know, they're like magnets. And so I would have maybe one if I had to scale in, I'll come up break even, but if this works out, I'll come back to the bottom of the channel here. And depending on how you managed it, you know, you can actually maybe come down all the way down here. The reason why I say this is because you typically want to wait for a swing trade, a 2-legged move, A, B, C. And when the 2-legged move is done, your stop loss would have been right here. And so you got a nice little maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5 point move, almost 10 point move here. Or you could be satisfied, just come back to the to yesterday's close. That could have been your target. But you know, typically on swing trades, you want 2 legs. You want a 2-legged move to go for you. And that's kind of what you want. You know, 2-legged move or 10 bars. That's what Albrook says. And that's a proper swing trade, or 2 times your risk. So you got 2 times your risk here, and you can also come out here as well. And so these are all proper swing trade targets, right? 2 times your risk, which is here. Also, you can say bottom trading range, also 2-legged, after a 2-legged move, come out, or 10 bars. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bars. That's a proper swing. So that's all according to Albrook's there. So that's how you could have swung that trade here. I have another trade setting up here, and on the 2K chart, the trading range actually breaks with that move down, but it quickly makes another trading range after these 3 bars. You can see it starts right here because the lines begin right here, and so you can see with these 3 bars started creating a trading range, and it moves. Once it moves up here, it like recalibrates, and so you have a trading range with this swing already detected by the trading range indicator, comes back down here, and you have this higher low setup. Not a bad trade. I mean, it's easy to say hindsight. It would have been hard to take it maybe live because, you know, that's why I would get rid of this. Because if you can't take it live, then there's no point of actually marking it. So in my opinion, right, you're not super confident until here or here, you know, to take your swing trade, because once you're down here, you don't know if you're gonna keep going downwards, right? You can have a two-legged pullback, and you know, you're thinking maybe, possibly, right, after this break, we can continue downwards, but in my opinion, you know, the trading range indicator, you gotta have a couple tests on the top and bottom. You know, you can't, in my opinion, just trust it, because you have to essentially, you have to read the context, and not every single right cluster of candles guarantees a trading range, but your alarm should start going off. When the trading range indicator starts to pop up, you should start wondering, and you need, like, I think, proper 3 tests. You know, you have 1, 2, 3 tests of this trading range, and then here around this area you can consider to start to possibly swing downwards. But I think after this swing down, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to try to swing this. I'm going to take my chances here, because we had already a couple tests here. Trading price action does not look any better, and you got a strong move down, and then that nice, right? This is not a signal bar. This is your trigger bar, but the trigger bar ends green. And you can actually come with a retracement here with that trigger bar. You can scalp up pretty quick with that. But I also marked right here, because I think when you have this move with the trading range indicator with a trap to the upside, good signal bar, I think that's a decent trade to try to take, in my opinion. Try to take. You would be sweating here because you just made a point. Comes reverse, right? Your stop loss would be down here, and that's only what, like a 2.5 point stop loss, and you eventually would have gotten your point. So yeah, in my opinion, you know, that also here is a good trade you could have scalped out here, because you know, you do have break a trend here, and you're looking for a new low, but at the bottom of the trading range, you're gonna get a lot of bounces off of it. So you're thinking possibly, right, either with this higher low or this trap, you're thinking maybe come back to the top of the trading range, scalp out. But the fact that you couldn't reach the top here makes you start to wonder, and then you reverse here, and you know, pretty much at the end of the day, you can't really make any other trades after that. But Veterans Day, you're thinking possible trading range because of the volume, and you know, you have the trading range marked here by the trading range indicator that uses price action. The 5-minute, you know, was one continuous trading range the entire day, and I remember on the Discord, I wasn't trading really, but I saw this two-legged pullback here with this big wick on the top of the trading range, and saw that pretty much, you know, we were in an area at the top of the trading range. And I said I was very interested in this trade here, and for those on the Discord, was able to see that and take advantage of that as well. And all you need is a couple, right? You know, the 5-minute, every time you broke above it, you come below it. Every time you broke below it, you come back to the top of it. And the trading range on the 5-minute, I thought, was actually more accurate, even though it's pretty small. But you have this higher low setup, not bad, right? Pretty good signal bar, higher low setup, come back to the top of the trading range. You come to the top of the trading range, create a two-legged pullback, right? Come back to the bottom of the trading range. Even though the trading range is not that large, you still come back to the bottom trading range. You can scalp out 2 or 3 points here. And so you keep bouncing above and below, and you try to fade all these breakouts. And essentially, you know, every single breakdown, if you just reversed it, you would have made a point. Made a point here at that two-legged pullback. Made a point here on this two-legged pullback. Made a point here on this two-legged pullback. Made a point on these two-legged pullbacks. Even would have made a point on this two-legged pullback. So on the 5-minute, every single time you try to fade the trading range, the breakouts or breakdowns, you would have made a point easy. And then you could have got extra if you had a runner. I think the only one that would have really ran would have been this trade right here, though. I think all the other runners would get stopped out. I'm pretty sure all these other runs would get stopped out. Depends on your manager trade, of course, but this is the only one that probably you could have got a nice little runner here. Wait, 2 legs. Try to get 2 legs down. You could have got, you know, good 3 or 4 points there. So, man, yesterday was a trading range, and what a good day to have the trading range indicator if you had it. Let's take a quick look at the daily. Pandas, make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it is. Let me say good morning to a couple more of my pandas that you guys are joining in. Morgan K22 as Panda, how long after signing up for Apex is the account ready to go? I think like 5 minutes. You have to, but I think before that you kind of have to prep. You have to do a couple things before setting it up, just to get your machine ready. You have to get Rhythmic ready. The instructions are pretty clear and also a lot of videos to help explain what to do. So, but once you actually, once you actually make the payment, it's about 5 minutes, if even that. And for me, I thought it was kind of instant. Aaron Westrick says, got divergence on the MACD with a break. New high in supply zone. Looking for a big drop this morning. Let's see what happens. Good morning, my pandas. Look at the pin message as well. Make sure you take advantage of that 50% off if you guys are interested. Finally made that new high, right? After this break of trend, after this big push up, break of trend, looking for that new high. And that new high is just here. Just came in with this push up. We got that new high. Pandas, hope you guys are doing well. Quick look at the daily chart here. What's happened here? What's the story on the daily chart? The story for me is this. We had a spike, right? This big spike, and then we had this channel. And I saw this reversal on the daily, and I thought this was going to reverse the entire market. It did have a nice swing down, but didn't reverse the market. Didn't actually come back much further, right? We didn't even touch the 240 SMA here. But what did happen was, with that push down, we finally had a break of this channel. And now, with the break of the channel, or basically trend, right? You break a trend, then you start to get this right head and shoulders reversal. And with that reversal here, you got a nice strong push up. Right? As you can see, it's a head and shoulders. Right? One shoulder, the head, another shoulder, inverse head and shoulders pattern. And with that, you have a new high. With this new high, we are in an area, a reversal area. But even with this new high, what happened was you had a spike in channel. And a spike, right, with strong move up, and then we start to channel, right? The channel is in the same direction as a spike, but at a lesser degree. And what happened is we broke above this spiking channel. We broke above the channel on the spiking channel. And typically what we expect from here is a break to the bottom of the channel. And it can happen with a lower high second entry short. A, B, C, and then we can come down. This lower high second entry short. I mean, the most obvious target is a 20 EMA on the daily. And so we might have a push up today, pandas, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did, but I think sooner or later we want to come back down out below this channel here to come back to the 20 EMA. And from there, man, it's break a trend new high. You know, this is typically where you look for reversals, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, pandas. If we get another reversal here, we could have an even bigger drop than we had right here. That could happen, pandas. And so that's something we got to prepare for, and something that we got to look at with the price action. But for us, you know, what's nice is that it doesn't really matter at the end because we're going to use the smaller tick frames, the smaller intraday charts. This can help us maybe a little bit with the direction of the day, but ultimately we're going to look at the price action of the intraday. The 2,000 tick chart, 10,000 tick chart, and the 5-minute chart. These are the charts we're using here on this channel. So we could have a pop-up here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have a nice little pop-up here. But I think sooner or later we're going to break below this channel here to come back to the 20 EMA, and it might be, you know, next week in my opinion. I don't know. It could be today, right? It could have an outside reversal, break up and break below. That could happen, but we shall see. We shall see. So pandas, basically, what do I think is going to happen today? We might have a nice little push up in the beginning, convert to trading range. Possible reversal, you know, that's what I'm thinking. So hard to say what kind of day it's going to really be because I think we might have a mixed day today. Pandas, let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know in the chat if you want to make your case, your bull or bear case. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Even though you guys fill out that poll, I think it's a good. It'd be nice if we can get some insight on what you guys think. So pandas, welcome to the stream. Glad that you guys enjoyed. Man, it's good to be back. After a 3-day hiatus, I hate to do it. I hate to take the breaks. You know, I really hate it because when we start to get some momentum, in the stream, we start to get this, you know, critical mass of people coming in, and the YouTube algorithm starts to roll, and we start to get new pandas joining, and it's just amazing. But pandas, man, life comes first. You know, I got busy the last couple of days, and so I gotta take care of business. So it is what it is, pandas. But pandas, it's good to be back. Hey, if you're just joining, I'm by my money. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to this stream, the only stream that trades live, the two-legged pullback. And I'm glad that you guys can join us. Hey, if you guys want to become pandas, make sure you guys click that join button. You guys can become pandas in the link in the description below as well. Becoming a panda does help me with my morning coffee. I just take it as a donation, as my 1 cup of coffee per month from you guys. I do appreciate it. But on this stream right now, hey pandas, top left of your screen, we're getting that Apex $150,000 funded account. We're going to pass that evaluation. This is attempt number 2. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get that evaluation. Pandas, I mean, it's hard to believe, but I was up about I'm up 3,500 right now. And this is already further than this is already further than the first attempt. And so it's good to be up here. But hey, we're going to trade safe, trade smart, and we're going to get it. We're going to get that bamboo. Thanks for joining me on the journey. On this journey to get this funded account, we trade only one single instrument. The S&P futures, the E-mini, the ES. It's a Super Bowl trading, and we trade it every single day here live at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And pandas, we trade only one single setup. You guys already know what it is. The two-legged pullback. Setup that looks like this. Either 2 pushes down or 2 pushes up. In the right context, is greater than 90% probability to make a point for us. Nice little two-legged pullback here. Right? Makes not just a point, but entire scalp. And this also is a two-legged pullback, higher low two-legged pullback. But it's a second entry. If you want more information about this setup, you can check out the description below. It goes into more details. Also, we trade pure price action. That means I don't trade with any momentum indicators. I don't trade any other. I don't use any other indicators other than the price action. And every indicator I have here helps with price action. So we have the trading range indicator that marks trading ranges for us using pure price action. And we also have the two-legged pullback indicator that marks every single two-legged pullback for us. And tells us not only the previous two-legged pullbacks, but tells us if the upcoming leg is a two-legged pullback or not. We can see right here, this is not a two-legged pullback coming up here with this next reversal. This is actually a trap on this second entry. If we do reverse up here and before pushes up, we're going to start the day off maybe with an L4 setup. The pandas. Nice little push up here. Nice little push up. It's a bull breakout at the moment. A small pullback, bull trend. Nice push up. By the way, if you want more information about either of these indicators, you can go to the official website, www.twoleggedpullback.com. Just quickly for those who do not know, once this super signal, this is what we call the super signal, what's on the right of the chart, tells us all the information that we need to trade for the two-legged pullback. But basically, if this is dark green or dark red, right, we're looking for an entry. Oh man. Icky, good morning. Jerry's awake. Good morning. Welcome. Future Trader asks Panda, are you Michael Chin from Day One Traders? I have no idea what you're talking about. Who is Michael Chin? Speedy Boy says, seems like you are far better off stream, Panda. I mean, the Discord already knows, you know, because I'm already telling them my trades, you know, before I take them on the Discord. But trading live, I cannot tell you the amount of stress. The amount of stress it puts onto you when you trade. It's just so, that little edge that you have when you're not even trading, when you're trading live, when you're not even trading on stream, that little teeny edge, man, it is really being challenged when you trade live, and it is nerve-wracking. But man, I just tell you, I'm actually sad that on I believe Tuesday, when I couldn't, my first day off, boy, oh boy, I mean, there was some huge movement that day. And, you better believe that the two-leg pullback community and we were taking advantage of this huge, huge downtrend here. And, that day I made, over $1,000 on this day here. And it was nice. It was nice. And so just that movement, it just, unfortunately, I was not trading live, and it was like one of the best days, to trade. One of the best days to trade. A lot of volatility, clear downtrend, clear trend to go on. Right, very clear, what we were doing here. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Pandas, welcome to the stream. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Man, should I throw a whiskey challenge up? Should I throw a whiskey challenge up just because it's good to be back? Alright, pandas. Hey, since we're back, let's throw up a whiskey challenge today. 250 likes by the end of the stream. If we can get there, I'm pretty certain we can get there, but if we can get 250 likes on stream, let's celebrate a little bit. Let's celebrate a little bit with you guys. Market's about to open in about 1 minute, pandas. The 10K chart, something interesting here, pandas. We had this trading range on the 10K chart, and we never got to the bottom of it. We never got to the bottom of it. Came right back up, so it's a little tricky. You're thinking maybe breakout here, but we never got to the bottom, and that concerns me in terms of trying to go short. It's a little hard to say what's going to happen if we come back to the bottom here, but we shall see. But the 10K trading range still intact, pandas. This is still intact on the 10K chart. 5 minutes broken. 2K broken here as well. Market's about to open in 10 seconds. Pandas. Let's go, baby. Hey, let's get our bamboo. What we're going to find on stream. We're going to find the best two-legged pullbacks on stream today. Let's go, baby. Market just opened. We're getting some movement here. Don't forget the 10K chart trading range is still valid. We're still in business on the 10K. I wouldn't be surprised if we do break yesterday's high, though. I wouldn't be surprised if we break yesterday's high to create the second or the first pullback or second pullback. Free paper cuts. You know what helps the stress of trading live on stream? Yep, whiskey. Let's go, baby. Maybe, you're just so much more loose. And to be honest, I'm just more comfortable to trade. you know, doing things like scaling in trades and things like that. It's just a lot more easier and comfortable when I trade off stream. We do have a nice two-legged pullback forming here on the 10K chart. It's an ABC pattern. And it does trigger here. Terrible signal bar though. Not interested in that trade. But that is a two-legged pullback on the 10K chart. Not saying you should take it, but it is a two-legged pullback forming here. You almost want to take the trap on the 10K. You almost want to take this trap on the 10K chart here. Almost want to take this trap because you missed the bottom of the trading range. You're thinking breakout. You almost could take this trap here on the 10K chart. May be interested if this reverses. Takes a trap, might be worth the 2-point risk here, or the 2 contract risk. But it's ending near its low, so that's, you know, that's also a sign you have to consider. Almost makes a perfect scalp here on the 10K chart. Watching 10K right now, the 2K, I believe, right, we already had breaker trend, new high here. Breaker trend, new high. We could have a reversal here. And we'll see what happens. Hard to say, hard to say. The 10K already makes a point. Absolute scalp on the 10K chart. You guys wondering who I am? I'm a panda. I'm from the National Zoo. Don't worry about my identity. Yeah, I'm actually Al Brooks' little panda. He has a pet panda, and he taught this pet panda how to trade, and this pet panda trades better than most of you guys. So if a panda can do it, you guys can do it. Let's go, babe. Even Al Brooks' panda trades better than the average human being. It's an optical two-legged pullback for those interested. Terrible signal bar. I'm thinking we're going to try to make a new high here, but we're going to break yesterday's high. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, but with the 10K chart two-legged pullback still intact, kind of hard to say, but we shall see. I'm actually the offspring of Al Brooks and Mac. I don't know how that's possible, but if they could have a baby, that's what I am. We do have a lower high second entry here. It's not the setup that we want. I would like a trap to the downside, and this could be a potential trap, right? For those who took a two-legged pullback optically here, right? This could be an optical two-legged pullback, second entry. This could be a trap to the downside, but I'm gonna wait for a genuine trap here, bona fide trap. I want a magenta box. I want to fail second entry long here, and I'll be considering to go short here. Just continuing our choppiness from yesterday. But we shall see here. We do have a Pikachu trade to the long side. And I'd be more interested in going short here on the fail second entry long. Let's see if we get it though, pandas. Sorry, let me end that poll. Trading range. 50% of you guys are going to be trading range day today. Let's go, baby. Hey, we got a whiskey challenge. 250 likes. I'm going to pop open some whiskey for you guys. By the way, pandas, I think I'm going to do a slightly extended... Ah, man, see? That's what that was a trap of the optical two-legged pullback. That little burst down was proof of it, but it is what it is. I was going to trade the... Now that move has done, I'm not going to look for a trap now. Right, that move right there was a trap for me, and if it comes in reverses, that means the trap failed. But as you can see, what I was talking about is a two-legged pullback. A, B, C is a hidden second entry, right? Failed, reverses, and it is what it is. Missed that trade, but I don't feel bad skipping that trade. But like I said, on the 10K chart, the trading range is still intact. The only thing that concerns me to go short was the fact that we missed the bottom of the trading range here. We missed it right here, and we could be coming back to test it now, though. I wouldn't be surprised now with a strong move like this. We could have some movement today. I mean, it does seem pretty good. I'm not sure we're going to have a strong trend day today, but we can have some volatility. Right, in my opinion, right, this break of trend to new high, that was it, right? And then I was looking for a reversal setup here. We did get the lower high second entry with this 2, red 2 here, which is a pretty decent trade to take. But in my opinion, if we had that with, you know, if we didn't break out of the trading range on the 2K chart, I might have been interested. But the 10K chart, we're clearly coming back into the trading range. On the 10K chart, we can come back to the bottom to test the bottom here. Also, we broke out to the top, might come break out to the bottom. But yeah, this is your target, this green line on the 10K chart. Strong move down, pandas. 5-minute chart, very clear in the direction that we might have a downtrend day today. I'm gonna look at the daily. If we break below yesterday's low, we could have a strong move down because this inside bar means that this is technically as just a small triangle, right? Any inside bar means that you have a small triangle forming, and if you break on either end, that means you have you could possibly break out. Actually, have a breakout here. So pandas, I'm just watching this. I have no actionable trade right now, right? This is not a setup for us to even go long here. Strong leg down, strong move down. Not interested in this long, not even interested in this short trade. Too far away from the 20 EMA. If you draw a short-term trend line, it could be breakup trend here. Right now, I'm considering it like this, right? This is the first pullback, overshoot to the bottom of the channel. Could lead to an overshoot to the top of the channel. Keeping an eye on the 5-minute. I want to see this last. I want to see how this candle prints. But the 10K, I mean, clear, in my opinion, clear target. The green line here on the 10K chart. The trap does trigger. Doesn't make a point yet. So thoughts and prayers to those who took that trap. It's just a little too far from 20 MA. It makes a perfect scalp. You're still trapped in this trap. Absolute scalp on the zeros. Still trapped in this trap. Could be a strong push down. Could have a bear trend day today with these 5-minute candles. I need to see this 5-minute candle print here. This is the 5-minute chart right now. If this candle prints strong bear bar on its low, we could have a strong bear trend day today. So those who are in this trade, you might still be in it. You just absolutely scalped out. For anyone who took that trap, congratulations. You just scalped out. Risky trade, in my opinion, really far below the 20 MA and the trend line. So it is what it is. I mean, you could draw the trend line like this, still too risky. You could draw it like this even, but that is tough. That is risky in my opinion. But you do scalp out, just enough to scalp out. Pandas. Let's get that whiskey challenge. 250 likes. I'm gonna have extended stream, and I'm deciding, pandas, if I should do members only after 11 o'clock. I'm still thinking about it, but we shall see. After 11 o'clock, I may switch to members only. Give a little treat, right? Something exclusive for my members here. Friday, I'm gonna have a couple extended trading days on stream on Fridays. Push down, reverses here. Off yesterday's close. The 5-minute ends like this. Is that strong enough to consider this a strong bear trend day today? Could be. The only problem is that we actually have not broke below, right, the price action here. And so this could just be a bear leg in a trading range. Now that we're reversing off this trap, see this trap fails. It fails to continue the trend. Now we're reversing up here. In my opinion, this is a little sketchy. Like I'm still thinking we can come back up here, but we shall see. Even with the strong bear bars on the 5-minute, Right, no follow through after this bar currently. Could have an opening reversal. I mean, it could be a reversal for the rest of the day going upwards from here. We shall see. It's hard to say, in my opinion. Hard to say if we're going to continue this downtrend, just because on the when you look at the left of the chart, you can see that we could possibly be in a trading range. So even though that was a violent move to the downside, when you look to the left of the chart, what would make it so I wouldn't say that? If we were below all this price action, if this broke down all the way down here, I would say, now we got bear trend. But since we broke down and we're only basically like we're just in this congestion again, it's just hard to say, right? You're just kind of back in this congestion, and you don't know which way you're gonna end up on the upper side or the below underside. Russell H says, I'm not a member, so I'm not a fan of that choice. Jonathan says, no, I'm not a member. Well, I guess that's the whole point of making it exclusive to members. Give the members a little something to look forward to, and also for those who are not members to consider to become members. I guess that's the point. Pandas, we'll see, we'll see. Let's say this. If I get to 250 likes, I will make it so it won't be members only after 11 o'clock. I'm thinking of trading maybe a little further. Maybe till 12-ish. But pandas, let's say if we get to 250 likes, I won't make it members only. And I guess the members really wouldn't care, regardless. But for those who are in the chat and not members, if you get to 250 likes, I will not make it members only stream after 11 o'clock. Bernadette says, Lafa, I'm a member, yay. You're a member in the Discord, but you're not a member as a panda. And unfortunately, if I switch to members only on YouTube, it's going to be, I'm not sure. I don't think you're going to be able to have access. Richard Belmont says, if you fail this new evaluation, would you try again until you pass it? Not that I want it to happen, just asking. Ralph Grun says, so basically being a member means nothing. No, you get the two-legged pullback badge. You get emoticons. You get to support me as a content creator. And also, there might be a chance that it might be members only after. Pandas. Hey, those who are not members, you guys can get access to the extended stream if you guys get to that 250 like goal. Let's go, baby. We're just watching here. We had to bounce off of this trend line plus the 20 EMA. Nice little bounce there, confirming it for us. Let's see what happens here. We do have an overshoot. We could look for an overshoot to the upside. Am I looking for a reversal here is the question to go up? Hard to say. Really hard to say in my opinion. Hard to say, hard to say. We're below the 20 MA. We got a trend line working here for us. Yesterday's close acting as support. Right, this trap fails to barely break below it. The price action is a little difficult. I just don't have a clear trend. You can say this is clearly a downtrend. I mean, if we had a good signal bar, maybe I'd be interested. Good signal bar. It's right there. It's at a good spot to continue downwards. But depends on the market cycle, right? If we're in a trading range market cycle, it's the worst thing to go short here, actually, because you could be in the bottom of the trading range. Pandas. Let's see if we can find a two-legged pullback soon. Getting congestion. You can see the trading range indicator marking trading range here. Signal bar is not looking too good for us to go short. We do have a two-legged pullback here though, pandas. I'll probably be more interested in going long here if we get a trap, right? Fail second entry short to go long. Probably be more interested in that, but man, it's hard to say. It really depends how you draw your trend line. You know, if you consider this your trend line and that's a break of trend to new low. But in my opinion, I feel like you gotta use this as your trend line. You have to, right? That's the first pivot. We do have the second entry trigger here. I might be interested. That's a terrible signal bar, so I'm not even tempted to go short here. But we do have a reversal. I'm tempted on this reversal here. I'm tempted to go long on this trap. I'm more tempted to do that than going short here. This terrible signal bar, so I'm not even interested in that. May consider going long here, and that would have to mean that this is the first break of trend to new low. Interesting. What is the market trying to tell us here, pandas? I mean, I'm not in this trade, even though this is two-legged pullback off of 20 EMA. It's just terrible signal bar to enter. Even the trigger bar is not that good. It creates a small little tail here, so I'm not really interested in coming in with a retracement either. Interesting. It's getting choppy though, that's for sure. Right, we're getting overlapping bars, right? The small trading range. It is a trading range though. If I were to look at this, I would say this is the first break of trend. If I were to be honest, I would say this is first break of trend, looking for new low. That's what I would honestly, you know, consider this trade. First break of trend now, looking for new low. Right, we do get the scalp here, pandas. It's amazing. Terrible signal bar off the 20 MA, and overshoot to the bottom of the channel, overshoot to the top of the channel, and we could have a strong push down now because on the 5-minute we did have this little bounce, but now we're breaking below, right? Inside bar breaking below it. 10K chart, we do have a two-legged pullback, lower high second entry on the 10K. Potential trap here though on the 10K chart. I'll be interested in going long here, but man, we'll be hitting our heads right at the top of the trading range. Trying to look at the other time frame, see if there's any other opportunities here for us. I don't see much here, to be honest. To me, this is the first break of trend and trying to attempt to make a new low. That's how I'm reading this right now, pandas. It really depends on your trend lines. For me, if you guys at least get one pivot in, right? This is the first pivot on this downtrend. Pandas, get to 250 likes. Not only will you get some whiskey, but I'll even allow the non-pandas to join the extended stream. Jonathan Hospital said that's an M, we're going up. Usually M's stand for murder. So it actually means you're going down, right? It means a double top. W's mean win, and that means you're gonna go up because you get a double bottom on the bottom side, right? If you got an M looking pattern here, it's basically a double top, right? Double W's look like this, right? But if you actually look at it, what is this? It's actually a two-legged pullback, right? Two-legged move, two-legged move. Right? That's what these double bottoms and double tops, right? The two-legged pullback is essentially the reason why they work is because same reason why double tops and double bottoms work. And we do have two legs on a 10K chart. We do have this leg down here below the 20 MA. Lower high second entry on this trading range. I would have been interested, but the only problem is because we missed the bottom of the trading range here. I'm just not sure how strong we are to come back down. I really just don't know. You know, I would be more confident entering long here on the 10K chart than short here. Terrible signal bar also. It's just hard to say, right? I mean, when we look at the 2K chart, this is just choppy. This is choppy, and it's just hard to make a decision here. Anyone who says this is easy to trade right now, and that's easy money, I think they're lying, right? Right now, this is not easy price action for us to trade, and because of that, I'm sitting on my pause. Right? I have no setup here, no trade, no direction. I have no idea what's happening here, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. We gotta let the market give us a little more information here before we make any trades. But currently on the 5-minute, you know, when you start to look like this, right, strong move down, when you start to consolidate like this, you're just wondering, are we going to trading range? But on the 5-minute, we already have, you know, about 2 inside bars forming here. The 2K is showing us something interesting here, having a hard time breaking above the 20 EMA on the 2K chart. Hard to say here, hard to say. The 20 EMA still acting as resistance, but we're in a trading range, right? We're very choppy, so you just don't know. We could have a failed breakdown, come back up, failed breakout, come back down, and then finally make the breakout. That could happen here with this choppiness. The 5-minute does have continuation, right? Follow through now on the 5-minute, right? The inside bar, inside outside bar breaks out on the bottom side, and so this is basically breakout mode. We broke out to the bottom side. Let's see what happens. Right, that's not enough reason for me to enter short there though. The 10K still showing us a Pikachu trade here on the 10K chart. Pikachu trade here. Not even interested in this Pikachu here on the 10K. Even the Pikachus themselves are typically high probable trades. I would definitely take the failed Pikachu. If we get a Pikachu here and this fails, I would take it to come back to the bottom of the trading range. I would take it on the 10K chart, but the Pikachu has to fail first. That's my setup, right? Failed Pikachu. The reason why I call this Pikachu is because you see the magenta box with a dark green number. That means it's a second entry long with a failed second entry short. Why is it failed second entry short? A, B, C, right? Two-legged pullback. Fails to make a point. If it reverses as a failed second entry short. At the same time, it's a second entry long, right? Because you got A, B, C, and second entry long. So this pattern here is called a Pikachu because it looks like a tail of a Pikachu here, or a lightning bolt. That's what we call these Pikachus, right? Magenta boxes, dark green, dark red numbers. Hard to see with your eyes. Hard to see if you're manually counting the two-legged pullback. But if you have the indicator, very easy to see. Very easy to see those Pikachu trades. And the Pikachu trades are very good setups, in my opinion. Typically, with the right context, man, Pikachu trades are very good. Pikachus alone, you know, I made like automated strategy, just trading Pikachus alone with good signal bars. And, you know, the strategy actually ended up working pretty well. Automated strategy here. We got a trap here to the downside, but look at how many hits we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 failed breakdowns. The bottom of the trading range on the 2K chart. The 2K chart marking the trading range for us very early on, pandas. And so that's what we have here. Just sitting on my pause. We got, like, if you're looking at this and you're saying, yeah, man, this is, you know, Panda's so bad, he can't trade this. You know, you're fooling yourself. No one's trading this right now, in my opinion. No one's really trading this. Right, the 20 EMAs is still, right, we're not slicing in and out of it. We're actually hitting our heads against this. So I can't say yet, right, if we're really going to be choppy here, right? I cannot say that we're going to break above the 20 EMA because we have not yet, but we are choppy. And so we got some, you know, we have some conflicting information. We have the 20 EMA acting as resistance. We also have the trading range indicator giving us support on the bottom here. So we're basically pinched between these two lines here, the 20 EMA. The 10K is about to trigger the Pikachu here, but I will actually be waiting on the downside on a failed Pikachu trade, right? Because I feel like we're failing to break out here, and we'll come back to the bottom of the trading range. But makes a micro double top currently on the 10K chart. This is the micro triple top on the 2K chart. That's how it looks like. The Pikachu triggers on the 10K chart, pandas. I'm gonna be waiting here with this trade on the bottom here, even with the outside bar reversal. I'm very interested in this. Get to the bottom of this trading range. Right, because the setup is so good, right? Fail breakout to the upside here on the 10K chart. If we fail to break out to the upside, we're at the top of the trading range. I'm thinking we're gonna come back to the bottom trading range, right? Because those who are trying to go long here have forgotten, right? We're in the trading range on the 10K chart, and hopefully we can get our setup here. But I'm gonna be waiting down here with my order. If this reverses, I'm interested, very interested in going short here. Very interested in going short here, at least for a scalp, and for a runner, maybe back to the bottom of the trading range. Makes a perfect scalp though, right, on the 10K chart. Perfect scalp on the Pikachu. And looks like it's trying to absolute scalp soon. Nope, just a perfect scalp right now on the Pikachu. Perfect scalp. Needs one more tick for absolute scalp. Absolute scalp made on the Pikachu trade. So that's why Pikachus are so good on the 10K chart. From the bottom of the trade range to the top of the trade range, but very hard to say, right? Very hard to say that was going to happen, right? When we're below the 20 MA like that, keep hitting our heads on it. No setups for us. But the Pikachu on, you know, also, man, you got the 20 EMA on the 10K chart, right? With that Pikachu, very hard to trade that as well, in my opinion. We're just back at the top of the trading range on the 2K chart here. We could be ranging here for a while. The reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, when we look at the kind of the bigger picture here, the trading range indicator kept breaking in and out because we kept having these failed breakouts. But, I mean, if you look at the bigger picture, we could be in a trading range like this on the 2K chart. And this trading range simply is another trading range within this larger trading range. I'm going to get rid of all my, too much noise. Too much noise. Let me draw that trading range again. Let's say around here. Say that looks good. Actually, we have like a perfect hit right here. Let's keep it like that. So this is almost the trading range we have on the 10K chart, but I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. But this is basically a trading range in the middle of the trading range. And that's what we're seeing here, pandas. I like that name, Pikachu. But pandas, hey. Welcome to the stream, pandas. I'm glad that you're joining us. Hey, if you're just joining, I'm Bye Money, and welcome to my my Apex journey, my evaluation, trying to get that $150,000 funded account. Being able to trade someone else's money is an amazing thing, but before doing so, you need to pass the evaluation. And right now, we're on a journey to pass this evaluation, trying to get $9,000 before hitting a $5,000 drawdown. Currently, we're up around 3,500 on this journey. I'm glad that you guys can join us. We're trading the E-mini, the S&P futures, the ES, whatever you want to call it. It is the Super Bowl of trading. It is the most liquidable market in the universe, and we're trading every single day here on the stream. So glad that you guys can join us. We're trading a two-leg pullback on this, scalping the two-leg pullback alone. A, B, C. It's a setup that looks like this. ABC, ABC, two-leg up, two-leg down, right? We have a nice ABC pattern here, giving us a nice two-leg pullback. Second entry long. If you want more information about the setup, you can check out the description below. Their playlist going over details of that setup. Also, on the charts, we have the trading range indicator and the two-legged pullback indicator automatically marking for us with price action the second entries for us. And so for those who like trading two-legged pullback, I think this is an invaluable tool to have, especially if you like to trade Pikachus. But pandas, my pandas. Thank you for joining the stream. You just being here is awesome support. Also, pandas, if you want, or if you're interested in Apex, also doing the Apex challenge, there's a 50% off code right now. There's a pinned message right now on the chat. There's a coupon there. Use that coupon. Use the link if you know, that helps me if you use that link. Of course, you're not forced, you can do whatever you want, but that supports me a lot. And so if you guys can use that link, that'd be great as well. But pandas, my pandas, we just hit over 100 likes. Thanks for that. But pandas, the goal is 250 likes. You get 2 treats today. With 250 likes, you not only get the whiskey challenge completed, right? I'll sip a little whiskey for you guys, but I'm gonna do a little extended hours for you guys. And extended hours, I will open it up to everyone, not just members. If we don't hit that 250 likes, it'll just be members only on that extended hours. Coming back into the trading range, no setup for us, right? No two-legged pullback, unfortunately. It comes right back to the bottom of the trading range. Amazing here. Our 10K chart. I almost want to take this two-legged pullback here, but big risk. Big risk. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 6 points of risk. Terrible signal bar to go short here. But, you know, two-legged pullback indicator, or the trading range indicator marking beautifully for us right where we bounce off. The bottom of the trading range is marked here for us on the 2K chart. Got no setups here for us though, no two-legged pullbacks. If we had a nice little two-legged pullback here, I might have been interested in going short there. Right? It might have been worth the risk. Come back to the bottom of the trading range. Hard to say what's going to happen, pandas. I mean, when you look like this is ugly. We got a trap maybe to the long side here on the 5-minute. But that's a nasty looking wick here. I'm thinking we have good reason to go short, in my opinion. I mean, when you have a nasty wick like that to reverse the market, you know, you have a nice, you know, this is actually a two-legged pullback. A, B, C with a nasty wick coming back to the downside. But having a hard time breaking yesterday's close. You know, in other words, pandas, I have no idea what's happening, so I'm sitting on my pause. Let me go over to chat here as we wait for this this congestion to clear up here. DX says, members start unliking. Don't do it, pandas. Don't do it, pandas. We want more pandas to join us. Bernadette says, boo, then I need to become a panda right away. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the trading range, back to the top of the trading range. Trading range indicator on a 2000 tick chart, marking beautifully for us the trading range we are currently in. Using pure price action, I do not know any other indicator that uses pure price action to mark these trading ranges. And for me, all I need is price action to know, you know, what the institutions are doing. And what we're trying to do is follow the institutions. And the institutions right now are going up and down on this trading range. Clearly seen with the price action here. Rock Grun says, you need to make a decision. Can't have it both ways. Well, we'll see about that. Wayne Bicknell says, only 161 people here. Can I click it more than once? You can click it you can click it once, but the thing is, the more people who click it, the more people come. The more people come, the more people that can click it. It's just this perpetual cycle of likes and people joining on the stream. So pandas, do your part. Scalp that like button. Russell H said, I did my part. He scalped that like button. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Right, I can't take this short here, pandas, because we are just oscillating here. Not enough room to the bottom trading range. Very difficult to take this short here. I wish it was a little bit higher. I'll be more interested because I think this trading range is a true trading range right now. Very difficult to get out of it. So just sitting on my pause. Looks like you guys are scalping bottom of the trading range. Some of you guys scalped this, went long here. I mean, that's a decent trade. It's just hard to say because we have not once yet broke above the 20 EMA. So now we are having the characteristics, right, of slicing in and out of the 20 EMA. We can use that to our advantage here. Hopefully we can find some good scalps here. But we need a nice little, we need some room. We need some room to the bottom and top of this trading range. It's just not enough room for me, pandas. Green Trader says, what is the Apex Challenge for? The Apex Challenge is if you pass the Apex Challenge, you get to trade a $150,000 funded account where you can keep 90% of your profits, right? Apex will fund you, right? Basically give you $150,000 to trade with, and you can trade using, you know, large capital, which is very nice. Daniel Alexander says, liquidable is not a word, LOL. The most liquid market in the world. Let's go, baby. Thanks for that grammar check. Grammar police here, but I do appreciate it. Relaxation for your soul says, good morning, pandas. Is Apex discount for 30 days or lifetime? It is for a lifetime, but you really do not want to use it for a lifetime because it's only for the evaluation. Once you pass the evaluation, you don't have to pay the monthly fee anymore. You do have to pay a market fee, I believe, like market data fee, but you don't have to pay the the monthly evaluation fee, right? It's a lifetime. You keep it until you pass the evaluation, but the hope is you don't have to use it for a lifetime. Panda's coming right back to the bottom of the trading range, but unfortunately, it's just a terrible, right? Just not the right place to trade here. Trying to come back to the bottom trading range, the 10K chart. Potentially about to trigger the second entry short here. I almost like to go short here, pandas. I'm sitting on my pause. Sitting on my pause here. Coming back to the bottom trading range. Does make a nice scalp here for us. Seymour says, all right. So the payout is keeping from trying Apex. Sadly, it reads like it doesn't pay out until after 25 days of live trading. That could be 2 months. Am I wrong? Yeah, the first payment, I believe they're pretty strict. I think it's just to prevent, it's just to make sure on their side that you're not just, this one hit wonder. And so they do have some restrictions early on, but once you are, and what they want is actually someone to be with them long term. And so they're looking for long-term traders trying to do this for a long time. And so in the beginning, they do kind of have a lot of restrictions. Like you have to pull out your money slowly. I believe you can only pull out like 2,500. Like for the first 10K, you can only pull out 2,500 at a time. And I believe yeah, so it's a couple restrictions, and so it does take a little bit long to get your first couple payments. But after that, if you're thinking, if you're gonna do this for a while, to me that it doesn't make a difference for me. But it is what it is, Seymour. I mean, that's what stops you. That's what it is. But I think it's good to have the information, so no one is entering Apex and realizing after they sign up, right, that, oh man, I can't pull out my money, and that's a deal breaker. Then it's good to know right now. But for those who don't care, who don't mind as much, it's just good information to know when you're in it. This trading range is rock solid, but hard to trade, in my opinion. Very hard to trade. I don't have any setups really. I wish we came to the bottom of the trade. We didn't even get to the bottom of the trade. We missed it by 1 tick here. So I'm not even interested in going long here. The 5-minute is interesting here. About to trigger a trap. But it's so choppy here, I can't even take this trap, right? And the trap will basically go right into the 20 EMA. So I cannot take the trap on the 5-minute as well. That's how choppy we are. And the 10K chart, again, very choppy. So it's not much to trade. Not much to trade. We do come back to the top of the trading range, but we missed the bottom by 1 tick. Very interesting here. That's very interesting. It should not have happened like that. I'm thinking we could potentially break out to the upside, right? That 1 tick missed here speaks volumes, right? Because you hit it here, that means the bears were not strong enough to get it back to the bottom here, and that the bulls were so eager to enter that they were able to get in 1 tick right above, and now we're pushing up above the trading range, about to trigger our trap on the 5-minute. Trap triggers on the 5-minute, and we could get a nice little burst up here, maybe 2 or 3 points to the upside, but big risk and still choppy. So I'm not in that. I'm not interested. But because of that missing that by 1 tick here speaks volumes to me. Speaks volumes. And we come back to the top here, right? We missed the bottom by 1 tick. We come back to the top easily. Makes me think we have buying pressure here. Makes me think we're gonna break out to the upside if we eventually do break out here. But pandas, I'm sitting on my paws. I need more information. I would have liked it if it hit the bottom of the trading range, but we missed it. I couldn't even go long here. Good signal bar though. Very good signal bar. Breaking up, like I said, the 5-minute, the trap triggers on the 5-minute chart, and because of that, we got 2 points already here. And I said maybe 2 or 3 points, nice little burst up if we get this trap here. Back to the top of the trading range, of the major trading range I have on the 2K chart. But I didn't want to take it for obvious reason, pandas, right? We have the 20 EMA, and I'm completely fine missing this. 20 EMA, we had no sign of reversal. We don't have break of trend to new low, right? We don't have a place where we really want to go long right now, other than the fact that we have a trap trade to the long side, hitting our heads on the 20 EMA. So, pandas, I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested in that trade. I'm actually more interested in going short here, thinking this trading range is going to continue. The trading range here has been so long. I'm actually interested in going short here. I might even go in with 1 contract and scale in 1 time, but we shall see here. I need a nice signal bar to go short. I might trade in with 1 contract, right? If this trading range is still standing by the time we are up here, then I might be interested in going short with 1 contract, scale in 1 time, and swing it to the near the bottom, or maybe 2 or 3 points. We'll see. But like I said, pandas, that spoke volumes to me, right? Missing by 1 tick here spoke volumes. Pandas, 250 likes. If you can get to 250 likes, Pandas. Right, we'll do the extended hours with non-members. Get a little whiskey to celebrate. Make sure you scalp that like button. Hey Pandas, give me a 1 in the chat if you're gonna fade this trading range here, this breakout. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're gonna fade that breakout here. Give me a 2 if you're not gonna fade it. I almost want to fade the breakout right now, but terrible signal bar. That's the only thing that stopped me from fading this breakout. That signal bar is terrible. Wish I had a better signal bar. Give me a 1 in chat if you're in this trade, going short here on this two-legged pullback. A, B, C, two-legged pullback, trying to get a failed breakout here. And still in trap city here. Terrible signal bar, it's the only reason why I didn't want to take it. I like the context to go short. Perfect scalp made. Perfect scalp made. You can still be trapped here if you're in this trade, Pandas. Perfect scalp made here. Alright, we're slicing in and out of the 20 MA, so I'm going to continue to think we're going to slice in and out of the 20 MA until we no longer do so. Wish we had a better signal bar. I may fade it on this L4 setup here. I may fade it on the L4. Depends on the signal bar. I want a decent signal bar at least. They're a terrible signal bar. I want a decent signal bar. So just a little bit going to our way. I may trade this L4 setup. I may try to fade this breakout with the L4 setup. If the L4 setup even happens for us. Pandas, my pandas. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Coming back down. Coming back down now. Might get the absolute scalp. Give me a nice signal bar and I'll be interested. Right now, you got an inside bar here. Market is confused. Market doesn't know what's happening here. The 5-minute chart giving us a nice two-legged pullback. I may be interested in going short here on the 5-minute. I may be interested in going short on the 5-minute here, Pandas. Two-legged pullback here on the 5-minute. May be interested in coming back to the bottom of the trading range here. Micro double top on the 5-minute. 20 EMA I think has resistance. I would like to go short here, but I wish we had a better signal bar, and I might even enter it on a L4 setup. It gives you the absolute scalp. So congrats for anyone taking that short here to fade this breakout. You're scalped out now, maybe holding a runner to the bottom of the trading range. Right, your runner probably just got stopped out right there. Not interested on the 5-minute any longer. Right, terrible signal bar on the 5-minute. Context is not bad. Right, you got a strong push down. ABC, you're still looking for a new low, Pandas. You got strong push down, still looking for a new low here. What I mean by that is typically after a break of trend, right, you get a new low, right, a retest, right, you want some sort of double bottom, right. Usually institutions are not confident enough unless they have another pullback. So what they want is another push down, right, in order to test these lows. So what we're looking for typically is after break of trend is a new low plus 20 MA acting as resistance here. Just watching, just watching. I wish I had a better signal bar. I would be interested in fading that breakout. Just at least for the scalp. At least for the scalp. The reason why I drew this line here is because we have a wedge currently. Right, 3 pushes up, now 4 pushes up. 4 push wedge. We do have the fourth push up here, pandas. And as long as we don't, I feel like if we make the lower high setup here, I might be interested in going short to the bottom of trading range. I just, right, this trading range has been here for so long. Lower high setup, I may be interested in a trading range or going short here. Lower high setup. One thing I don't like is the fact that we made a wick off the 20 MA and had a kind of a nice signal bar to go long here. Right, it's a bull bar ending on its high, and I don't like to go short against a bar like this. But with the overall context, seeing how we've been in a trading range this long, just feeling like we can come back down here. Maybe interesting going short here, pandas. Right, you're gonna just fade this breakout, right? Just thinking every breakout's gonna fail. Unless we make a new high here, then I think maybe we might be uptrend, right? Because the reason why I would not be interested if we made a new high is because it's doing something it should not be doing, right? If this was a failed breakout, what should happen from here is actually we should come back down and we should get back to the bottom of trading range. But instead of coming back to the bottom of trading range, rather what we're doing is actually making new highs, right? We should be coming right to the bottom of trading range right now, but rather we are pushing up higher. And so that means it's doing something it shouldn't be doing. And when it does the opposite of what it should be doing, typically it moves strongly the other way, because it's like a knee-jerk reaction from those who are counter trend on the counter trend or the counter trade. Typically what happens. We do have a wedge here. We do have we're above the 20 MA, and I know the 20 MA is curling upwards, but in my opinion, like, I'm not sure if we have enough evidence to say we're coming out of this trading range right here. I may go short here, but this price action right now, man, that looks pretty. It looks pretty bullish, right? It looks like the 20 EMA is acting as support, and when it looks like it's doing that, you don't typically want to trade against something like that. You know, like I would typically think of going short somewhere around here, but it's just when I look at the 20 EMA rising up like this, and you have the strong bull bar with follow through, it's just you're thinking this is pretty bullish right now. And even though we had a breakout, right, a trading range where we have a breakout, you're thinking, should I fade this breakout right now? You're trying to figure that out, and because right, we're seeing this price action right now. If we make that new high, right, that new high means I'm not interested in going short anymore, right? I'm thinking that we're gonna go long, and yeah, I'm just not interested in going and fading this, because what should have happened is we should have had a failed breakout here, come back to the bottom, but we didn't. We're doing the opposite of that. So right now, let's just say I was in this trade. What I would do is maybe scale in, right? Let's say just say I was having to be stuck, right, trying to swing to the bottom of the trading range. Your entry would be right here, and you have one scale in, right, after a nice signal bar, but you know, you can scale in potentially maybe after this bar is done, right, just to come up break even. Let's just say I wanted to swing to the bottom here. Let's just say if we try to do that, what we could have done if we did that, right? Then you would enter this trade here short, and you'll come out break even, right, between these two lines, right? This is where you enter here, this is where you enter here, right? This is your break even right in the middle, right? Your break even is right in the middle of this line, and so you will come out break even when we get to this line. That's how you can manage this trade, or your stop loss right here. You know, that's the way you can manage this trade. So for those who are trying to fade this breakout, trying to swing back to the bottom here, what you could do is wait for a good signal bar like this, right? Especially with a wedge, right? Come back, come and enter in, double up your position, right? That's why I was saying if I were to enter this, I would put in only one contract, because I'm thinking already to double up. And you know, when you come back to the middle here, this middle line, I'll color this middle line red, right? You can come out on this middle line here. That means that you come out break even. So right now, right there, right, people just came out break even. Those who went short here and then they saw it go against them, they faded it again to come out break even. And this is why you're seeing some action here, right? People came out break even at that midpoint, right? And those who are even break even plus one, right? Break even plus one tick, people are coming out. So that's how you can manage this trade on the trading range. In fact, you would have made money if you held it. And so that's how you can manage that trade. And your max stop loss will be, you know, whatever from, you know, here to here up to this white line or this line here. That's how you can manage that trade. And that's because you're already thinking, you know, trading range most likely it's not going to break out. You know, less chance to break out rather than a failed breakout. Right? That means all these had already failed breakouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Times below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, times above it, failed breakouts. My panda. So I'm looking at trade. I mean, you have this entire mess here. Just nothing really to trade, in my opinion. I mean, you can try to trade this, but you know, you're just sitting on your paws. And it just happens to be a Friday, and just to be like that. So it is what it is. But yeah. Hopefully that made sense. Those who saw what I did here with the scale in, that's how you manage that trade. You know, that's how you would manage it. One big question is you know, what do you do? What do you do when, let's say like you enter the trade here. Let's say you enter the trade here, right, one tick below this signal bar, and this market just started to blast upwards, and you're like, oh man, I need to scale in, and it just start to blast upwards, which has happened to me on stream before, right? Typically, when you scale in, you have to already be thinking about scaling in, and if you're gonna scale in, you usually trade half your contract sizes, and so that means you have to only lose whatever you're going to originally lose in any other trade. To say I'm willing to lose $800 on any trade because I trade 4 contracts with a 4-point stop loss, and that's around $800, and so that means that I'm willing, right? If I had one contract, that means I'm willing to risk, right, 16 points with one contract. Right, that's how, but I also have to consider scaling in. And so I'm willing to lose whatever it is I'm typically able to lose on any one trade. Still choppy. Still choppy. In the 5-minute, we're just in a trading range on the 5-minute here. And I'm still looking for a new low, pandas. Still looking for a new low. Still looking for a new low on this breaker trend. Big signal bar, so hard to go short here. Right? These trading ranges are creating big signal bars for us. Ooh, the 10K, the top of the trading range, giving us decent candle here to go short on the L4 setup on the top of a trading range. If I were to take this, I would have to swing this, make it worth it. Signal bar's not the best. L4 setup on the 10K chart. Interesting. Right, I would say the same thing here. This would be the first breaker trend looking for a new low. Maybe interesting going short here, pandas, on the 10K chart. Like really big signal bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you got about almost 5 points of risk, right? 4.5 points of risk here. I could trade for 2 contracts, trying to get 2 contracts here. Or 2 points on my scalp. Runner to the bottom of the trading range. I could consider that here, but hard to say. Hard to say here. It's just been very choppy in my opinion. Even this right uptrend is very choppy. Right, it's a small spiking channel here currently, but it's a choppy spiking channel. It doesn't look nice. Russell H says, or you can trade with enough capital to just keep scaling in until you win. Haha. That's exactly what institutions do. We don't have that type of capital, but that's what institutions do. The amounts of times they scale in at the institutional level is insane. Right? We can never dream of being able to scale in that many times. Two-legged pullback does trigger on the 5-minute and also on the 10K here. Oh boy, I might be interested in going short here, pandas. And this is why trading live, it kind of makes you eager to enter these trades, but this could be a decent trade, right? But you have to consider the risk reward. Oh man, that's a big, I don't know about this top of the trading range. I just hate the fact that we missed the bottom here. I hate that, right? Hate that makes me not want to go short here. We missed the bottom trading range. I would go short if we actually tested that, but this shows me, right, that there might be some breakout here happening soon. And I'm just not really wanting to go short. It's going to be a strong breakout coming soon. I don't know, pandas. Hard to say. Hard to say. Fading, right? Fading that breakout. Coming back to the bottom trading range on the 2K chart. Oh boy, I missed that one. Right, that's 2 points. 2-point trade. But yeah, I just hate the fact we missed that. I hate it. Coming back to the bottom trading range. But in my opinion, we did something we should not have done here, right? We made another push up here, and it makes me hesitant, right? It makes me wonder what's happening here. I feel like there's still actual buying pressure here, even though it was a strong move down like this, right? This is something what should not have happened, and it happened. Right, the extra push up here, right there were people who got broken. There were people who got broken when you broke above here. But the trading ranges here, man, difficult days like this. Just watching though, pandas. Pandas, we're not even close to the 250 like goal. Not even close. I guess we're gonna switch to members only around 11. So, but it is what it is, pandas. Man, oh man, oh man. The 5-minute come back to the bottom trading range, looking for that new low. We're still looking for a new low, pandas. New low, or at least two legs down somewhere. That's what we're looking for. Either 2 legs down or a new low. That's what we're looking for. Pandas, if you get to the 250 like goal, this is difficult. It's very difficult. Trading range indicator is nice though, giving us the trading range pretty clearly here, in my opinion, of the 2K chart. Pedro Dentino, hey man, still remember the old days without the panda thing. Even though I don't trade as much, ES much, it is nice to listen to you in the background to trade. Keep it up. Let's go, baby. Oh man, it would be, when I come back on stream a day like this. Ah man, unfortunate. It's so slow. But you know what? It's actually funny on these days. The moment the stream ends, the market starts to move like crazy. It's like they're waiting for the stream to end and for the market to finally make a move. You kind of know that when we come back down here, I'm actually going to fade. I'm going to fade it again. Try to fade in the bottom trading range if we can get to the bottom. Made a lower high setup here. That lower high. Some people are maybe waiting for that lower high to enter to go short to get to the bottom trading range. I am still sitting on my pause. Going back to the bottom of the range on the 2K chart, pandas. That trading range indicator, I'm telling you, it is amazing. The 10K trade is kind of working out as I thought it would. Right, might come back to the bottom range on a 10K chart. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Strong bear bar ending near its low. Kind of hard to trade against that. But pandas, I'm gonna fade this. Like if this makes a nice signal bar here, I want to fade it. I wish it made the signal bar below it though. We're gonna try to fade this breakdown, but I don't like the breakdown here. I don't like the spot we're in. I wish we were a little further down. Right, because we had to overshoot on this side. I'm looking for overshoot on the bottom side, right? I'm actually looking for that new low here. Not really interested in fading it here. After this 3, right, if this traps or if there's another push down, really breaking below here, I'm actually looking to fade that. Let's see if we can get it. Man, it's like an ugly place to fade it. Yeah. I wish it like gave me a nice little signal bar down here, like breaking below it and trying to come back up, but it It's doing like it's bouncing off right away after strong bear bar like this. You know, to me, it was a little. I was hesitant to fade that, but those who faded that push down to the bottom trading range, congrats, you made a point. I just wanted like a little bit lower because we had to overshoot here. I was thinking overshoot on this side, and it just didn't happen though. But pandas, it is what it is. It's just like, man, that's tricky. That's tricky, right? That could have pushed really strong again one more time, right? To make this big push, like four. It could be like a 4 point push down. It could have done that, but it didn't. But it could have. That's why I didn't want to. But could have done that, you know, because of the fact that we had the strong bear bar plus overshoot from this side. You're thinking overshoot to the bottom side, and but you know, you were rewarded if you took that risk right there. In my opinion, I've seen this happen many times, and it keeps breaking down, and just not worth it. Come right back to the top of the 2,000 tick, the trading range indicator pandas on the 2,000 tick chart. I'm just saying, if you're seeing what I'm seeing here, it's like magic. Like I just, I get scared sometimes how accurate this thing is because I created this trading range indicator purely based on like rules, right? Like when you have overlapping bars, when you have certain amount of bars, when you have certain amount of hits on, you know, on like where the candles and wicks ends and closes, all these things. I just implemented the rules, and what was birthed was this trading range indicator, and right now it is just, it's scary accurate right now. It's scary accurate. Sam GK. I don't think I've seen your name before, Sam GK. Welcome to the chat. I'm glad that you guys are joining us with some chat engagement. Participating in the chat here. Jack Byun's back. Oh, only 3.5 points, but you're probably up 3.5 points on like 25 contracts, which is like amazing. But Sam GK says you missed an opportunity. I don't think you missed anything. In my opinion, we dodged a bullet. You know, I just, if no matter what, even though we see the outcome, right? At the end, this is all we saw. Right? At the end, this is all we saw. I was thinking one more push down here. Right? And at the time, that's all we can base off. So we didn't miss anything. Right? In my opinion, we skipped a bad trade. And those who were able to make a point here, congrats. But in my opinion, that's not something that I'm really, you know, interested in going long right there. I would like actually a break a little further down with a nice little pin bar or something, nice little reversal candle, and we're able to go up. But you know, if this is all the information you had, in my opinion, I'm not looking to go long there. I'm actually waiting for the new low to be created, right? Because you got this basically this breaker trend here to looking for that new low. Never happens. It is what it is. But you know, in my opinion, like I don't feel bad missing this trade. I feel good because it was a bad setup that I skipped. Something interesting on the 5-minute. We're still on this one leg down on the 5-minute, right? The 20 EMA, right? We have not made a gap, a moving average gap on the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. We keep pushing down on it. It's just hard to say what's going to happen, Pandas. I think the market is as confused as I am. It's just we don't know. But, man, I mean, unfortunately, just, gosh, I just wish we had a better setup. I didn't like that setup at all, Pandas. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. Didn't like it. Didn't like that. I wish the setup was better and I would have taken it. Setup was not good. Sitting on my pause here though. It's absolutely incredible. We're within the range of yesterday's, right? We're basically, this means we're creating another inside bar. Right, when you look at the daily, we're making an inside bar in that little teeny range on a daily, right? That's a pretty small range for a daily chart, a daily candle. That's right, this candle's been smaller than the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like 16 days. That's been the smallest range right here in the last like month. More than a month of trading. And now we're creating even a smaller range right now. Absolutely incredible. Means the market's about to break out one way or the other. Yeah, on the 5-minute, what you would want is something like this. A, B, C, right? And then you can go long, right? You can try to fade the trading range that we were in on the 5-minute, right? Marked by the trading range indicator. That's how you can try to trade that. But, man, straight from the bottom, straight back to the top. Let's go, baby. Hey, Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. We're about to jump into extended hours. Pandas, my pandas, you got to get that 250 likes for that whiskey challenge. Also, to jump into the members only extended hours, I'll open it up to everybody, to non-members. Absolutely incredible here. If I do this, this turns into a triangle. 10K creating a triangle for us. Higher lows, lower highs. This is a really long trading range, pretty big trading range. I mean, we've been basically in this trading range on the 2K chart last couple days. Pandas. Alright guys, hey, posture check, make sure you guys not slouching. Make sure you guys ain't slouching. Got nothing here, Pandas. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are. Hey, chat, give me a 1 in the chat if you're green today. Give me a 2 if you're red. Give me a 3 if you had not made a trade yet. You guys are not alone. For those who did not make any trades, you guys are not alone. For those who are making money, you guys are not alone. For those who lost money, are not alone, Pandas. It is what it is. I mean, some people get chopped up on days like this. They're like, oh, breakout, let's go long. They realize they get trapped out, and it is what it is. Alright, we're approaching the top of the triangle here. I got triangles on my chart, I got rectangles on my chart. This is a geometry class, what's going on? Breaking out to the top of the triangle here. Most likely gonna fail. Most likely. But who knows? If this is the true breakout here, then we're gonna break yesterday's high. Strong a bull bar ending near its high on the 2K chart. It's a good sign for the bulls. You want to break this pivot high here. And what we want is maybe a two-legged pullback. Whoops, that's an ugly two. That's not even a two-legged pullback. Here we go, two-legged pullback. Off the 20 MA, continue this breakout. You can trade it like that. Pandas. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you guys think about YouTube getting rid of the dislike button. Apparently, I still have my dislike button. I still see dislike buttons on But let me know in the chat what you guys think of YouTube getting rid of that dislike button. Good thing, bad thing? I'm gonna put a poll up to see what you guys think. You we got a bunch of people who are red-pilled here. Richard Harris says, because CNN has hundreds of thousands of dislikes and they're crying like little babies, so they want to get rid of that dislike button. I think YouTube, the main reason was like the mental health aspect of a lot of content creators. But maybe at the end it could be all political, I'm not sure. Right. The count disappears. Just a count. The button's still there, so the analytics can still be tracked. But yeah, man. I mean, I honestly like the main reason why I like the dislike button is because, like, let's say like you're trying to find out like how do I reformat my hard drive, right? And you have you're trying to really find information on something. You have like a video that actually has like 50% dislikes, and it's because they're giving like wrong information or something. Like, you really wouldn't know that, or you wouldn't really suspect that or be skeptical of some sort of video if you don't have that kind of like that real quick gauge of like, oh man, why does this video have so many dislikes? It's a simple informational video. I think they should just be able to choose if you want to show the dislike number or not. I mean, because it can actually be hurtful, right? For those especially who are trying to find like accurate information on something, like, especially like tutorials or anything like that. It's like, it's like, really, what happens like if you're really needing to learn something and, and you think whatever video you're watching is true, and you don't realize like, you don't care enough to read the comments, and you're just actually just, oh, this has like 100,000 likes, but really 200,000 dislikes, millions of views, and you're just like, okay, like, cool, like, I guess this video is good because it has like 100 million likes or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's confusing. I mean, is it worth it? Is the price worth it? Is the price worth it? Not sure. I mean, even on my channel, I get like, a bunch of haters here, throwing dislikes on my channel, but I'd rather have that, right, and have people see that, right, even though it could maybe have a bad look, but I don't care, right? I'd rather have people give honest opinion on what this, and if people were willing to give actual good feedback and not just be haters, then I would listen to them, right? I've listened to many people here giving actual good good critical feedback, and yeah, and I love actual feedback. But if you're coming here just to hate, then I'm like, whatever. I don't want to give you the time of day. We're breaking out of this triangle right now and this trading range. We're heading towards yesterday's high, pandas. And what a bounce that was off here. Absolutely incredible. How does that look like on the other charts? Any setup for us? Unfortunately, no setup for us on the 5-minute. Right, I wanted that new low, but the attempt was just a double bottom. Could not make that new low. Jonathan in the hospital says, "Panda, I don't like you. I'm a hater." Yeah, that's basically that's just their you know, that's just their attitude. I don't know. It's really crazy. People are like, I don't want to talk about the haters. I can go on rants on the haters. It's just nonsensical to me on with the haters, and it's just you cannot make sense with them. You cannot reason with them. It's crazy. Pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like button. One second. Sorry, Pandas. I'm gonna talk. I really wanted to do a long extended stream, but I'm not gonna be able to do it as long as I wanted. Some things came up. So I'm gonna actually just have the stream up to 11:30, and I'll just keep it with all you guys since it's not that much of a difference. So streaming till 11:30, Pandas. Let's go, baby. Hopefully I get a nice trade sometime in that time. But at the same time, I'm gonna be eating, so hopefully you guys don't mind. I'm gonna be muting my mic. I don't like the sound of people chewing, but I'm here. I'm around. And definitely gonna turn my mic back on if some good price action happens here. But I'm here, I'm just eating. Richard Harris says, haters are a badge of honor for me. Let's go, baby. Yeah, Sam GK says, haters are just sad and looking for control. That's the thing about haters is like, I actually feel bad about haters because their experience probably has been so bad with trading that they're like, there's no way anyone can actually make money. And I feel like anyone who's like a hater and joining this channel, I'm pretty sure all of them probably have lost, you know, too much money, so much money. And when they see someone succeed, like they can't do anything but hate, and it's just unfortunate. And that's you know, when there's haters, typically it's when people who personally have failed, and yeah. But so I actually feel pity for them. Richard Harris asked if I can eat an apple. No apple today. No bamboo today. I'm actually eating eggs and avocado. I've been lately counting my macros. I don't know if you guys ever done that, but I've been counting my macros and basically like egg whites are cheat code to you know, when you count your macros. Fills you up, gives you a lot of protein. So egg whites are like the biggest cheat code of all time when it comes to counting your macros. Not sure if any of you guys do that, but yeah. That's what I'm eating. I'm eating scrambled eggs and avocado. Let's go, baby. Oh, Jimmy says market tuition is very real. Yes, yes, it is. Russell H says, I'm an avid runner. I like eating junk food too much, and running lets me eat whatever I want. So you work out to eat, or do you eat to work out? What do you do? Jonathan Hotspot says, still don't understand, Jimmy, sorry. Market tuition is basically a euphemism of people who lose a lot of money in the market when they first start out. And they like to call it tuition because usually you lose like thousands of dollars. And they say, it's just a tuition you need to pay to learn how to trade. Breaking now out of that triangle with these purple lines. You see these two purple lines? Breaking out of that triangle. Breaking out this rectangle as well. Right, the 10K is a little easier to see, right? The triangle here. Breaking out, strong bull bar, ending near tie. On the daily, we're very close to going long here. Sorry about that, Pandas. We just broke, right? Just created the next pullback here, right? The 10K chart, bursting up, breakout now, strong move up, right? This is now you're not thinking, oh, I'm gonna fade this breakout. No, this is a breakout. Now we're gonna trade accordingly to it. Strong uptrend, right? No setup for us though, Pandas, right? I'll look for a two-legged pullback, but no setup for us right now. But we did mark this, right? This channel, so we're at the top of the channel now. You gotta take note of that. So we can find a little resistance here. So that means I'm not taking a trap here either. If there is a trap. Yeah, I mean, imagine if you did get that runner. Wow, wow, wow. You got a runner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points. 17, 18, 19, 20 points right here. If you get a runner at 20, that's $1,000 runner on one contract. Absolutely incredible. Breaking clearly above the 240 SMA. The 5-minute now. See, when you have a bar like that, right, these surprise bars, trading way above, right, the other price action. We're looking for continuation. We're looking for an uptrend now. But we need a setup still, pandas. We gotta wait for our setup. Right now, my channel will look something like this, and most likely what would happen is that we turn to some sort of spiking channel. A spike, and then we might start to channel like, oops. We might start to channel something like this. You know, something along these lines. We might start looking like that. Especially strong breakouts like this, pandas. But right now, also we properly marked our channels here. I think we have officially broken out of that. No longer valid. We're gonna get rid of all these things that are no longer valid here. And so I think we officially broken out of this triangle. But we properly marked our channel here. And this is why you see, right, some people taking the profits, because they're gonna probably think, you know, we're at the top of the channel, let's take our profits here. And it is what it is. If it keeps going up, it is what it is. 20 points though from that runner to here, that's 20 points. So I'm gonna mark it because that can act as a price point as well for a lot of people. But congrats for anyone who got that 20-point runner. Amazing. Alright, pandas, we're going to 11:30 today. I had 0 trades so far. So far, all the price action has been contained in here. And now we are actually breaking out. I'm looking for a long trade somewhere. I'm going to look for a long trade, but at the same time, you know, we have this channel to worry about. So it is what it is. But in my opinion, you know, we have made our breakout here, and we are looking to go long. We're looking for a pullback to go long sometime soon. This trap, I'm not interested in this trap. Even though this does trap out, I'm not interested because we are at the top of the channel. So I'm not interested in that trap. Ooh. 10,000 tick chart. Amazing. Super strong move up, ending near its high. Little teeny pause bar. And if it traps on the 10K, I might be interested in going long. That's a little teeny pause bar right there for a 10K chart. 10,000 ticks only goes about 2.5 points. Not even 2.5, it was 2.25 points. This teeny bar for the 10K chart. If it reverses here, I'm looking to go long. I'm looking for a long trap on the 10K chart if we get it. I'm interested if we reverse up here to make another move up. You're thinking continuation, right? You're thinking follow through after a strong bull bar like that. In my opinion, I'm not looking for exhaustion. I don't think that's exhaustion. It's too early in the breakout. Too early in the trend. I'm looking for more movement upwards, but pandas, who knows? I did say in the beginning of the stream, right, we could have a movement upwards, trigger this pullback, and trigger, right, a reversal bar, right? We could trigger a reversal bar coming back down to the bottom here, creating that second entry short here. That could happen. That could actually happen still. Right, looking at the daily chart, right? If that was like any other chart, I could suspect that to happen, especially because on the daily, the 20 EMA is right here, and you know you're just thinking, you know, the market's gonna try to make a two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA. Sometime it wants to do that. But yeah, that's why I don't go long here, right? We're hitting the top of the channel, bouncing off of it actually pretty decisively. 10K makes a point, actually makes 2 points perfectly. Brian Davila says, "Let's get that AM whiskey. Let's go, baby." I get like a spike of viewership around this time because I think people are done watching trades by Matt, and sometimes they just jump on this channel. They're just hungry for any type of community when it comes to trading. So they don't even trade a two-legged pullback, but they'll join this channel just because we're trading here. Whew. I need a two-legged pullback, pandas. I got no setups. I have no setups still. We're still waiting for a good setup. Still waiting for a good setup here. Man, oh man, oh man. I want to go long here so bad. I have like so much FOMO. I really want to go long. At the break, if we break this high, I really want to go long. Like, I would be long right now. But I'm sitting on my pause. I'm just waiting for our setup to come to us. I'm not chasing anything, but man, breaking that high right there. Right, bouncing off this trend line. Woo. Right. 10K follow through. Right, this is a reversal bar here. Right, when I say reversal bar, what I mean is that within one bar we triggered, right, this reversal, and within the same bar we triggered the reversal on the other side. Basically outside bar, engulfing bar, whatever we want to call it. But it's specific with a reversal to reversal, right, double reversal. I'll be interested in trap here if we get it. If we get a trap here, I'll be interested. Right, I wanted to see the reaction here. So making higher highs. Phil W says, with strong trends, many times we only get first entry. That is true. Al Brooks will say that as well. The only reason why I don't like to trade that is because, you know, you have to swing trade. Like, you know, I should start swing trading because with those like first entries, you gotta swing trade those. You gotta swing trade because the probabilities are not as high as two-legged pullbacks. Still at the top of this channel here. Kind of want to go long on this trap if we get a trap here. But man, doesn't it seem like it's kind of losing its momentum? Like we went straight to the top of this channel, and it kind of felt like feels like it's sputtering out now. It actually makes a perfect scalp on that reversal here. You know, things should not be happening like that. Like if it's a really strong uptrend, we should not be getting just these. Like bears should not be making money. Bears are making money. Good signal bars. Bears are making money in this super strong bull trend. Very odd, absolute scalp made. Sam GK dropped some wisdom on us. When you feel like you can't resist any longer to go long, it's probably better just to wait. Let's go, baby. So wait, I shall do. Wait, I shall do. Another first entry here. But I don't like the bar, right? On the 10K, look at this bar. Right? It's a doji bar. Don't like that. I actually don't like that. The 5 minute, no pullbacks yet on the 5 minute. We're still on this trend line, another first entry on this trend line. How I know it's a first entry? Well, because we have a light green number here. Also, right, because this pivot is higher than this pivot, the count resets. We could get a small little teeny two-legged pullback like this, potentially. Undoubtedly still in an uptrend, but starting to, right, looking at the price action, we're starting to, right, sputter out here a little bit. I think people will say the breakout period is done, or we're converting to possible spiking channel, but the problem is I don't know where my pivot low is for my spiking channel. This is a little too high for the spiking channel. It has to be, it probably looks something like this to be proper. It's not sure yet. Right, a little closer to 45 degrees. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Starting to break up. Creating a wedge here. 20 points almost made on that runner, pandas. If you had a runner from here to here, it's 20 points. Right, did I mark that right? Oh, I didn't mark it right. I think I already, no, it's actually less. Right, if I just add 20 here, 46, 48. 46.68. Actually, 20 points is right here on the 75s. 20-point runner. $1,000 on one single contract. Absolutely amazing. $1,000, 20-point runner. Absolutely incredible. $1,000. If you were able to fade that, right, you would be in this runner because you would not have got stopped out with these bars. You would have enough room to hold it. And in your mind, when you see a move like this, you're just saying there's no reason to short, right? There's no reason to get out of this trade. No reason. There's nothing in here that tells me this is gonna reverse. And this is what I meant, right? This is when I said that this high was gonna break, I felt like we're gonna really move up. And that's what we did. But pandas, no setups for us. Technically no setups for us, unfortunately. We're just watching this. Any trades done yet today? You know, the only trade maybe, I don't know, like not even this one because we didn't even come to the bottom. Yeah, it's just hard to say. None of these trades I really liked. This is the only one that could have been good, but it's just, when I saw this happen, I'm just thinking, man, we probably have one more push down here, right, to make that new low and then fade that breakout. That's what I wanted to do, but new low didn't happen. Reversed on a dime. Well, it's a pleasure, pandas, to trade with you these extended hours. Watching this uptrend go without us with no setups whatsoever for us all day. Absolutely incredible. Wayne Bicknell says, I'm happy. Up 4.5 points on a live account. Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go. We're just blasting beyond 20 points as well. That's unusual. I mean, usually people will want to take their profits around this area. Daily chart. Moving up. We're still a breakout. I mean, look at this trend, pandas. Right, I actually haven't moved this trend from this pivot to this pivot, and we're still respecting it. I mean, you gotta respect it. If it's happening like that, you gotta respect it. Price action speaks louder than your feelings. And the price action here is just telling you you gotta respect this uptrend right now. At least wait for it to convert to trading range or convert to a channel for the spiking channel. Right now, we're still in the spike portion, right? The breakout portion, in my opinion. And once this breakout portion is done, then we probably turn to spiking channel. And when the spiking channel is done, we probably turn into a trading range. And when the trading range is done, then we potentially could either do continuation or reversal. And that's like the three parts of any trend, really. You have the breakout period, you have this channel period, trading range period, and then potential reversal or continuation. Extended stream, still no trades, man. No setups, right? When you look at all this, there's no dark green numbers, no two-legged pullbacks. All first entries here. Pandas. No reason to fade, no reason to short. Almost want to take a trap trade if this traps, but it is what it is. Man, just watching this go. I mean, I don't have any FOMO. I've really let go of FOMO. I don't really have FOMO here, but well, let's say not really FOMO. I don't feel bad missing this because, in my opinion, I had good reason not to enter that trade. Right, like I was thinking about entering, but I mean, man, with a strong bear bar like that, you're thinking new low, right? You're thinking maybe one more low, right? Breakout on this side. You're thinking breakout on the bottom side. And you're thinking, right, that's what I was thinking, but never happened. Unfortunately. Pandas, this is actually incredible. On the 5-minute, we had 0 pullbacks. Right? After this move up, actually, we did not break any previous candles low. This actually has been one leg up. And so, you can say this is continuation. You know, like I said, once we saw like the move like this, with this bar, you're thinking, all right, we're in a bull trend. Absolutely incredible. This is like ripping your face off type stuff. But very weird that the bears are still making money here. This is weird in my opinion. Sam GK says, still don't understand where these strong moves come from, to be honest. Couple things. I mentioned earlier on stream, we missed the bottom of the trading range by a couple ticks here, you know, by half a point. And I kept mentioning, that's why I didn't want to fade the top of the trading range on the 10K chart, because I felt like this was strong enough bullish evidence that we were going to burst up. I did mention that. you know, you have little clues here or there to help you. And we did miss it right here. We did come back to retest it, but we did miss the bottom trend range on the 2K chart as well. We ended up coming back down with the two-leg pullback retested, but we did see that as well. Another thing I mentioned is we did something odd here, right? Where we should have faded after the breaking out here, we should have faded back to the bottom. Instead, we had one more push up, right? Showing the strength of the bulls, right? Evidence of bulls. Bullish evidence, right? And that extra push up, right? If you're fading trading ranges, this extra push up is going to make you think, okay, something's wrong here. Something that should have happened, right? All the previous times where we had breakouts, something different happened. And like I said, when something different happens, usually it reacts very strongly in that way. So we ended up getting this super strong bull breakout. I actually missed that trap. That trap actually was kind of interested in that trap. It's all good, pandas. I wanted to explain a little bit, but you had some evidence that we were going to break out to the upside, right, with this triangle. Again, missing the bottom of the trading range here made me really think, right, we're going to come up here. But I mean, it is what it is. At the end, we don't really care actually about those breakouts. We care more about, you know, after the breakout happens, can we get an entry? Can we get some of this, right, high probability trades here? Unfortunately, in the super strong breakout, we don't have anything. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Another trap to the long side here. Absolutely incredible. Can't even take this trap, right? We're not even on this trend line. Move is too strong. Too strong. No trades, unfortunately, no setups, and it is what it is. And you get days like this, pandas. It just sucks that yeah, when I jump back on stream, just get a day like that where the first 2 hours is just terrible trading range, and then finally break out, and when we break out with no setups. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Ooh, something interesting just happened here, pandas. We had a trap here and it failed to make a point, right? That's unusual for bulls. Bulls should be making points on every trap, but that trap just triggered and failed to make a point. We could get a nice reversal here back to the 20 MA. Right, with that failure to make a point on the trap, right? Imagine if you're a bull, you're like just buying anything, everything. Now something weird happens where you should have made money, but you didn't. And now we're starting to reverse here a little bit. We're still in Trap City. We can come back to the 20 MA here, in my opinion. I think this breakout might be over with that failed trap, but we shall see. Could reverse here a little bit, but in my opinion, this bull trend is so strong, right? We do get an absolute scalp. This bull trend is so strong, any pullback at this point will be small. Will be a small pullback. The main reason being is the 5 minute. This is the first pullback on the 5 minute, and typically it doesn't just go like this. Typically it just doesn't go like this. Typically what happens is, right, we'll break and then maybe do something like this, boom, and then come down. Typically you have something like that with price action. So even if we do, I'm gonna take this two-legged pullback off the 20 MA here. Right? In my opinion, we had no break of trend. Truly no break of trend. Just retesting. This is first break of trend. I'm gonna take a two-legged pullback here. Be nice to get a little closer to 20 MA. Be very nice. Be closer to 20 MA here. But typically, until you have good evidence that the uptrend is over, you want to go with the trend. And this is the first break of trend in my opinion, and this might be our first opportunity to go long. Terrible signal bar at the moment. I'm not interested in that. I would like a better signal bar than that. Even though this is not that big of a risk, I want a better signal bar than this one. We have a two-legged pullback right now. You can see with the dark green one on the indicator, right on the super signal, that this next reversal, if triggered, will be a two-legged pullback long. Right, second entry long. I will be looking to go long here, pandas, with a decent signal bar off the 20 EMA. Oh, we're pretty close to the 20 EMA, and I'm getting tempted to just go long here because of the two-legged pullback being close enough on a super strong uptrend. With a small risk here, right? The risk is very small, right? It's not even 2 points. Not even 2 point of risk. Actually, it's just perfectly 2 points of risk here. I may consider going long here. Even with the terrible signal bar, the risk is so small, it might be worth it in my opinion. I've been patient this whole time. Let's see. It's not close enough to 20 EMA, but the trend is so strong. I really want to take this actually. Let's see if we can get a small retracement here. It might go without me. I might chase it. Might. 66. Okay, I like that. I'm chasing it. I'm going back to the original, like, place where I would be in the trade. Right. The risk is 2 points here, and we're trading 2 contracts. Two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA. Super strong uptrend. Let's see if we can get a point here. And I'll probably just come out with my runner as well. I don't think my runner will really do much here. So, as in, like, it can go up a lot, but I just don't think we're going to have that momentum to really get a good runner. So, I'd rather just take my full position here. It's a two-legged pullback. Alright, let's go, baby. I mean, you gotta take it. You gotta take that. You gotta risk it. Small little 2 point risk there. Let's go, baby. Took my first trade finally. And yeah, I just don't think the runners really gonna make that much money, just because I feel like it's gonna start converting to a spike in channel, and during a spike in channel, typically, you got a lot of oscillation. So, hey, that could have been 100 contracts, and I could have made money still. But you got to take that 2 point risk for 1 point on a two-legged pullback. You got to take it. It's just, even if I lost it, I wouldn't care. I'll lose 2 points. But finally, make my hundo. Just took so long. That was my first good setup, pandas. We got it. We got it. Two-legged pullback. And it wasn't even the best setup. It was a terrible signal bar. But, I mean, with the trend right now, you think it's going to convert to, channel here sometime soon. We're actually getting a trap on the 10K chart potentially here. This is a perfect scalp trap. This could potentially trap out some traders on the 10K. Little overextended in my opinion, but... Right, so my runner got stopped out right there. That's why I didn't hold my runner, because I just feel like we're going to convert to a trading range. Or sorry, a channel here. We just got to figure out, what the pivots are for a channel. Most likely this will convert to a channel for a spike in channel. That's typically what happens. It is atypical for this to just do a top and come all the way down. Unless, and if that does happen, typically what happens is you start to go into a trading range. Something like this. So if it does do that, then the next thing that will most likely happen is you bounce off some sort of pivot and you'll come back up. And so you can actually even scale in, but you need to have a big stop loss. You need to trade real small if you want to do that. Oh yeah, hot girls, great. High or low, second entry long here. And perfect timing because I gotta end the stream right now. Pandas, it's been a pleasure being with you guys. I really wish I could be here longer, and you know, it's just a pleasure to trade with this community. And so it's amazing to be with you guys. Hey, hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you guys made more money than I did. But Pandas, the important thing is we stuck to the plan, and we waited for the setup to come to us. We waited very patiently, very patiently. We finally got it, and if I was trading off stream, I would definitely traded that with 4 contracts, and you know, be up $200 instead of $100. But it is what it is. But Pandas, hey Pandas, I'll see you guys bright and early Monday, and excited. You know, the thing is, when you love trading, you're actually sad about the weekend because now now you have to wait till Monday to trade with this community, great amazing community. So Pandas, I'll see you guys bright and early on Monday, and trade safe, everyone. Have an amazing weekend. Remember, focus, refresh your capital, do something, rest a little bit. And when you get on Monday, you're going to be better than today. You're going to be better than this week. And that's the most important thing. You're going to be better than you were before. And so let's go, baby. Trade safe, everybody, and happy trading. God bless.